A pleasant and warm greetings to you all. I hope you are doing good. First we can recollect invertebrata, phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Aschelminthes, phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Mollusca, phylum Echinodermata. Last, phylum Chemicardata, between invertebrata as well as chordata. The first phylum Porifera, four-bearers. Body is covered by spicules. Second phylum Coelenterata. They have gastrovascular cavity called coelentron. Tissue grade of organization. Tentacles bear stinging cells called cnidoblast or nematocyst. Third phylum Platyhelminthes, flatworms. They are parasites. They have cooks and suckers. With the help of cooks and suckers, they attach to the body of host. Excretion occurs by phloem cells. Phylum Aschelminthes, roundworms, pseudocoelom. Some of them are parasites and some of them are free living. Body is covered by cuticle. Next phylum Annelida, segmented worms. The segments are called metamias. They are fast through coelomate animals. Locomotory organs setae and parapodia. Next phylum Arthropoda, jointed legs. They have jointed legs. Body is divided into head, thorax, abdomen. They have a process that is molting. Body cavity is filled with hemolymph. Respiration is by gills, body surface or trachea. Excretory organs are Malpighian tubules or green glands. Example, prawn, crab. Phylum Mollusca. Body is divided into head, muscular food and visceral mass. Locomotory organs, foot. Body is covered by mantle. It secretes outer hard calcareous cell. Respiration is through cnidia or lungs or both. Example, garden snail, Aptophis. The last phylum Echinodermata, spiny skinned animals. The special feature is presence of fluid filled water vascular system. Locomotion is by 2 feet. Body is covered with calcareous ossicles. That is, then Hemichordata. It is non-chordate and chordate characters. They have chordate and non-chordate characters. They have gill slits but do not have notochord. They are ciliary feeders. Remain as tuberculous forms. Example, Balnoclasses. That is, okay. We can move to today's portion. Today we are going to learn about chordata. Chordates are characterized by the presence of notochord, dorsal nerve cord and paired kill pouches. Notochord is a long rod-like support along the back of animal separating the cut and nervous tissue. All chordates are triploblastic and coelomate animals. Again, the chordates are classified into two categories: phylum Prochordata and Vertebrata. Prochordata. The prochordates are considered as the forerunner of vertebrates. Based on the future of notochord, Prochordata is classified into subphylum Neurochordata and subphylum Cephalochordata. So, the Prochordata is divided into two groups. What are they? They are subphylum Urochordata and subphylum Cephalochordata. First one, subphylum Urochordata. Notochord is present only in the tail region of larva. Adults are sessile, that means sedentary, and mostly degenerate, destroy. The body is covered with tunic or test, that is the outer covering of body. Clear, students? What is the outer covering of Urochordata or Ascidian? Tunic. So, only three characters. The first one, notochord is present only in the tail region. Second point, adults are sessile forms, mostly degenerate. Third point, body is covered with tunic or test. Example, Ascidian. Second phylum, subphylum Cephalochordata. Cephalochordates are small fish-like marine chordates with unpaired dorsal fins. Here, the notochord is present throughout the entire length of the body. Okay, that means till head region. So, first point, they are look like small fish, marine chordates and unpaired dorsal fins. The notochord extends throughout the entire length of the body. Example, Amphioxus. Got it? So, once again we can see the classifications of Prochordata. First one, subphylum Urochordata. Notochord is present only in the tail region. Adults are sessile forms and mostly degenerate. Body is covered with tunic or test. Example, Ascidian. Second phylum, subphylum Cephalochordata. Cephalochordates are small fish-like marine chordates with unpaired dorsal fins. The notochord extends throughout the entire length of the body. Example, Amphioxus. Got it? Next, Vertebrata. This group is characterized by the presence of vertebral column or backbone. Notochord in an embryonic stage gets replaced by the vertebral column, which forms the chief skeletal axis of the body. Vertebrates are grouped into 6 classes. Class Cyclostomata, class Fishes, class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and last one, class Mammalia. Let us learn one by one. Class Cyclostomata. Cyclostomes are jawless vertebrates. Mouth not bounded by jaws. Body is elongated and eel-like. They have circular mouth Skin is slimy and scaleless. They are ectoparasites of fishes. Example, catfish. Ectoparasites means they attach to the outside of the body, that is fish body or the fish body. Class fishes. Fishes are parklothermic cold-blooded aquatic vertebrates. Class fishes. Fishes are parklothermic cold-blooded aquatic vertebrates with jaws. So parklothermic means they do not have constant body temperature. Got it? But human beings, we are homeothermics. We have constant body temperature. Students, what is our body temperature? Normal body temperature is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Here, fishes are cold-blooded animals. That means they live in water. Got it? The streamlined body is divided into three parts: head, trunk and tail. Locomotion is by fins, paired and median fins. Body is covered with scales. Respiration is through gills. They have two-chamber heart, one auricle and ventricle. There are two main types of fishes. One is cartilaginous fishes, another one is bony fishes. The first one, cartilaginous fishes. They have skeleton made of cartilages. They have skeleton made of cartilages. Example, shark. Second one, bony fishes. They have skeleton made of bones. Skeleton made of bones. Example, carps. Got it? What are the two types of fishes? Cartilaginous fishes and bony fishes. Cartilaginous fishes with the skeleton made of cartilage. Bony fishes with the skeleton made of bones. What are fishes? Fishes are parklothermic cold-blooded vertebrates with jaws. Streamlined body is divided into three parts. What are they? Head, trunk and tail. Locomotion is by fins. Body is covered with scales. Respiration is through gills. How many chamber heart? Two chamber. What are they? Auricle and ventricle. Got it? Class Amphibia. Their special character is they live in water and on land. Okay. Dual adaptation. They have dual adaptation. That is to live in both land and water. That is, students, they are the first four-legged vertebrates. So, four-legged animals are come under tetrapods. Okay. Tetrapods means four-legged vertebrates. So, Amphibia come under first four-legged vertebrates. The body is divided into head and trunk. Body is divided into head and trunk. The skin is moist due to mucus gland. Because of mucus gland, their skin is moist. Respiration is through gills, lungs, skin or buccopharynx. Respiratory organs are gills, lungs, skin and buccopharynx. Heart is three-chambered, two auricle and one ventricle. How many chamber heart? Three-chambered. 2 auricle and 1 ventricle. Eggs are laid in water. Eggs are laid in water. The tadpole larva transform into an adult. The tadpole larva transform into an adult. Example frog. You know, isn't it, students? Okay, you have seen. Class Amphibia. These are the first 4-legged vertebrates with dual adaptation in living both land and water. Body is divided into head and trunk. Respiration is through gills, lungs, skin and brachioparens. Body is moist due to mucus gland. Heart is 3-chambered. They lay eggs in water. The tadpole larva transform into an adult. Got it, students? Clear? Hope you all understood. Students, that's all today's portion. Now we can mark the questions. Take your book, turn page number 209. Page number 209. Roman letter 5, question number 4. Roman letter 5, question number 4. List the respiratory organs of amphibians. List the respiratory organs of amphibian. Write it. Gills, lungs, skin or brachioparens. Gills, lungs, skin or brachioparens. Next question. Roman letter 5, question number 7. Roman letter 5, question number 7. Why are frogs said to be amphibians? Why are frogs said to be amphibians? Answer. First you mark it in the question. Frogs are said to be amphibians because, write it, because they live in both land and water. Because they live in both land and water. Written. Next, Roman letter 6, question number 3. Roman letter 6, question number 3. Outline the flow chart of phylum Chordata. Outline the flow charts of phylum Chordata. Answer. Turn page number 206. Turn page number 206. Classification of phylum Chordata. Look at the flow chart that you mark it. Classification of phylum Chordata.